On their Pound for Pound podcast, Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman discussed Joe Rogan's recent comments about Ilia Topuria potentially fighting Islam Makhachev. Rogan suggested that El Matador should get a shot at the lightweight champion, sparking debate among fans and analysts. Henry acknowledged the common Dagestani mantra of anytime, anywhere, but argued that in reality, they want Ilia to earn his shot by fighting a top contender at 155 first. He also expressed doubts about his chances against Islam. However, both Henry and Usman ultimately agreed with Rogan's take, reasoning that deserves the opportunity after defeating two pound-for-pound greats. They emphasized that his impressive resume justifies a title shot, setting the stage for what would be a blockbuster matchup. Henry also suggested Ilia should change his approach towards trash talk. He said that El Matador should focus on becoming the bad guy because he actually carries that aura.
There are two first ballot Hall of Famers, bro. And I feel like Ilia deserves that. But it takes two to tango, and I don't feel like these Dagestanis, bro, even though they say anytime, anywhere, it's like Islam wants to make sure that Ilia deserves it. He wants him to go through the number one contender, as we talked about before. But if I had my choice, of course, Ilia, fight Islam Makhachev. I think he needs to be more verbal about it and really, he's been throwing little jabs here and there that he'll stop him, but I think he needs to stop being the nice guy because he doesn't have that nice guy. Like his aura should be more of that bad one. I feel like that's where he can really cut that really great promo and get people involved. So I think Joe Rogan's right. I want to see that. I want to see that. I would love to see. Do I believe Ilia could beat Islam? No, but if you ain't trying, I mean, if you don't go out there and actually try, I mean, the key is actually, and this is weird, man, but the key is actually trying to attempt history.
On the latest episode of Michael Bisping's podcast, Bisping and Paul Felder reacted to Dricus Du Plessis expressing his desire to fight Khamzat Chimaev. They gave DDP a lot of credit for pursuing such a tough matchup, acknowledging his willingness to face the most dangerous contender in the division. Bisping noted that if he were in Khamzat's shoes, he wouldn't be so sure about this fight, especially after Khamzat's close fights with Burns and Usman, pointing out just how big and strong Du Plessis is. He emphasized that DDP is one of the largest and most powerful middleweights on the roster, making him a serious challenge for anyone at 185. Felder chimed in, admiring DDP's mindset and ambition. He expressed respect for Du Plessis' desire to take on the toughest and hardest challenges. Felder praised Dricus for his commitment to staying in his weight class and taking on real contenders. He pointed out that after claiming the belt, many fighters consider changing divisions or seeking high-profile fights outside their weight division. However, DDP is choosing the tougher route by staying at middleweight and facing a legitimate contender instead of looking for easier options.
Of course you want to step up to 205, not risk your belt, fight Pereira, gigantic payday, make millions of dollars in that fight. But he wants Khamzat. He wants the bogeyman. He wants the guy that just destroyed Robert Whittaker. And I tell you what, if I'm Khamzat, I wouldn't be quite so sure. I'm not saying that Khamzat isn't incredible, but against Usman and against Gilbert Burns, he wasn't able to have his way, and it's a broken record at this point. But you get him outside of the first round, and things start to change. And Dricus is as big and as strong and as resilient as they come.
I love to hear that from a champion, right? That you want the next contender in line, that you want to prove that you deserve that jump up a weight class. And we've talked about it before, where a lot of these young guys, they get the belt, they only defend it maybe one time or don't even defend it, and they want to jump and pull the Conor McGregor and go.
In a recent interview with Georgian YouTuber Vako Gvinjalia, 4 Georgian UFC fighters, including champions Ilia Topuria and Merab Dvalishvili, gathered for an in-depth discussion about their careers and their future. During the conversation, they didn't hold back when the topic of former UFC champion Sean O'Malley came up. They slammed him, accusing him of being solely motivated by money and questioning his legitimacy as a champion. They argued that he had lost to every top contender and that his victories were questionable. Merab specifically claimed that Aljamain Sterling simply had an off night and would win a rematch, while the win over Peter Yan was labeled a robbery. Ilia took it further, saying that fighters who focus only on partying, drinking, and money would never achieve true greatness or leave behind a meaningful legacy. He pointed out out that O'Malley lost to Marlon Vera and was outclassed by Yan, challenging his status as an elite fighter, calling him out as an overrated hype train who crumbles against the real competition. The Georgian fighters shared an ambitious vision for their future. They revealed a bold plan to dominate multiple weight classes and bring championship gold to Georgia. According to their vision, El Matador aims to move up and capture the lightweight title at 155 pounds, while Merab plans to shift to featherweight and become the 145-pound champion. Meanwhile, Alex Topuria is set on conquering the bantamweight division and securing the 135-pound belt. Their goal is clear: to make history by having 3 Georgian champions reigning simultaneously across different divisions in the UFC. If they succeed, it would be a monumental achievement not just for Georgian MMA, but for the sport as a whole, solidifying Georgia's status as a rising powerhouse in the fight world. Some fighters, like O'Malley, are in it purely for the money, not for legacy. Everyone knows why he fights. He doesn't care about belts. He is picking fights, wants to make money and smoke, nothing else. That fucking guy has lost to every top fighter he has faced. He lost to Chito Vera. What else can I say? Guy only fights stand-up. He has no wrestling skills. Our future looks like this. I don't think Guram will change weight. He will stay at 155. Ilia will definitely go up to 155 and become a champ there. He is so big and strong, he could easily do it. I will go up to 145 and Alex will become the bantamweight champ. My main goal right now is to capture the lightweight belt. Henry Cejudo wants another title run. In a recent interview with Jake Nucker for Home of Fight, Henry revealed that his initial comeback plan after a 3-year layoff was nothing short of historic. He wanted to challenge Alexander Volkanovski for the featherweight title and make a run at becoming a 3-division champion. He explained that his competitive drive goes beyond just winning. He's motivated by the desire to conquer new challenges and then move on to the next. Although the pursuit of a 3rd title is on hold, the messenger isn't done chasing gold. He's open to making another bantamweight title run and sees it as an opportunity to once again prove himself at the highest level. Known for his lofty ambitions and willingness to take on the toughest challenges, Cejudo remains driven by his unique vision of greatness. Quote, "I got lofty goals. I've always been different and I've always wanted to challenge myself. I'll be happy just to strap on another belt just to say I did it again or know that I did it again." End quote. The road back to the top won't be easy. He hasn't fought since his unanimous decision loss to Merab in 2024, marking his 2nd consecutive defeat after falling short against Aljamain Sterling. His last victory came back in May 20th, 20, just before he initially announced his retirement. Despite the setbacks, Triple C remains as motivated as ever, focused on reclaiming his spot among the elite in one of the UFC's most competitive divisions. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for daily MMA news.